Okay guys, so now moving on to the different types of candles and what each candle tells us. So each candle tells us its own story, right? So if we go ahead, I've marked out a few things here. We're gonna first of all get into doji candles and engulfing candles, okay? So what is a doji candle? A doji candle is a candle with a small body and huge wicks either side, right? What does this tell us? This tells us that the market is indecisive. Why? Because we've got buyers pushing the market up and we've got sellers trying to push the market down. Usually what happens after this is it's followed through by a huge candle either to the downside or to the upside, as you can see in these two examples. For example, right now, this one right here, we can see that we've got a doji candle, an indecisive candle. What happened? The sellers took the upper hand and of course pushed the market downwards. Now, of course, that's the bearish example. Moving on to the bullish example, same thing, but the opposite way around. We've got a indecisive candle here. Price, of course, is fighting between the buyers and the sellers. What happens afterwards? We had a big candle push upwards, okay? Now we call this a bullish engulfing candle, right? So you might be asking, what do these candles tell us, right? So for example, for price, as you know, price right here, as I said, is indecisive. So at the same time, we've got the buyers trying to push it up and the sellers trying to push it down. So see it as a battle between the buyers and sellers, okay? And of course, for a huge move like this, because we've got people pushing money from both sides, we've got buyers and sellers pushing money from both sides, there needs to be a huge sum of capital pumped into the markets for it to move in the direction it wants. So for example, in this example right now, we can see that the market shot downwards. What does this indicate, right? So as our concept is all about following smart money, following your big banks, institutions, investors, for a move like this to happen, there needs to be a lot of capital invested into the markets, a lot of capital pumped into the markets. And who has that sort of capital? Your smart money, right? Your big banks, institutions, investors. So what does this indicate? This indicates that smart money have left their traces, that they've entered the market, right? And of course, this big move after the indecisive candle, after the doji candle, presents us this, right? So now we know that smart money have entered, sells, okay? It's not as simple as that, of course. We will be indulging further into more detail in the next videos, but this is just a small indication that we have had a huge pump in capital by most likely of smart money. Moving on to the bullish example, same exact thing. We've got indecisive price action right here. Market is fighting between buyers and sellers, between bullish and bearish. What happened? The next move presented us with a huge bullish candle, showing that a lot of capital was pumped into the markets for price to be pushed upwards, okay? So if we go onto the charts, find few examples, you can find engulfing candles all over the charts, right? And the most important thing is figuring out which one is the right one, which one you need to look for, okay? But of course we'll be indulging more into that in the next videos. But if we do look at the charts, where can you see your engulfing candle? Just stop the video really quickly and look at where we have a potential engulfing candle, all right? If that's either bullish or bearish, all right? So I'll give you guys a couple seconds to pause the video and just mark it out. Okay, so look right here, we've got a bullish, oops, that's crazy. Let's just go ahead and change the settings. What do we have right here? Yes, so if you did pick out this one, you're correct. Of course, we do also have this one again. This is another one. We can also say this one right here. So there are a few examples. So if you did pick any of these ones, then yeah, you was correct. All right, so why is this a bullish engulfing candle? Because we have that small candle, small indecisive candle, where the body is even to the wicks. Sorry, where the body is small and we've got equal wicks on either side. Of course, this, and then we've got that huge bullish candle straight afterwards. Okay, So that of course shows us that huge money was pumped into the markets for a move like this to happen. Okay guys, last but not least, we have flat bottom and flat top candles. Let me quickly go ahead and draw this out for you. Let me just change the color on this one to a bearish candle, right? And then I'll just copy this box over. And let's just quickly change the color of this one as well. So of course, I'm sure at this point you get the memo. Grey is bullish, black is bearish. Okay, so we've got a flat top candle. What does a flat top candle indicate, right? And what does a flat top candle mean? First of all, flat top candle is a candle that has no wick on the top, and of course it might have a wick on the bottom. Sometimes it doesn't, but a lot of the time has a wick on the bottom, however no wick on the top. What does this indicate? This indicates that price is very, very bearish. Why? Because we've got no buy power at all. Okay, there is no wick, there's no highs to this candle. Price came in and the first thing it done was shoot down, and it did not come back higher than the open price. Okay, so of course this indicates that the sellers have a lot of power in the market. Now moving on to the bullish example, this is the exact same thing but opposite way around. What is this? We've got a flat bottom candle. What does a flat bottom candle indicate? Right, we've got no wicks on the bottom, therefore we know that price, as soon as price opened, it pushed up. This indicates that price has a lot of power to the upside. Okay, so if you go on the charts, we can find a few examples like this. For example, we've got something like this one here, right? A flat bottom can also be the tiniest of wicks. Okay, so we've barely got any wicks here. Price just straight away shot up. Okay, what does this indicate? This indicates that price is very, very bullish. The buyers have the upper hands against the sellers, right? And again, we've got a very, very clear one right here where price just shot up. It didn't create, as soon as the wick opened, as soon as the candle opened, price didn't leave us with no wicks. It didn't come down and then go up. It went straight up from the open of the candle. Again, it represents that the buyers have the upper hands against the sellers. See if we can find any selling ones. Let's just jump on a higher time frame really quickly. Right, what can we see right here? Same thing. Price created no wicks on the top. As soon as the candle opened, what happened? Price shot down, right? And here, of course, if you guys remember, we've got engulfing candle here as well. So as soon as the next candle opened, price shot down straight away, showing that the sellers have the upper hand against the buyers. Hope this video made sense, guys. Make sure if you did miss out on anything, go over the video one more time, and of course go back to your notes and make sure that you've got everything recorded. See you in the next video.